How's it going, everyone? Today we've got another attempt between Ant-Man playing a Justice deck against the Iron Man scenario on Heroic difficulty. This is a matchup which I posted what I believe to be a win of already. However, it was pointed out to me that I made a critical rules error attacking Iron Man on a turn I had played Face the Past, and especially because I discarded an attachment from him with that attack, that really changed the outcome of that game, I feel, so got to redo it here. The deck is pretty much the same. I have changed two cards. I took out a Quake ally and put in Yellow Jacket, a bit of flavor here with Hank Pym joining Scott. But also, he's just pretty good in this deck, right? Being able to search up and upgrade among the top 5 cards. We've got chance encounters, which are, continuously going to the discard pile. So, throughout the game, hopefully there's always something that we can hit with it, in addition to just hitting some of our best cards like Under Surveillance and Skilled Investigator. And then also we've got a team building exercise. Honestly, just completely forgot about this card for my first matchup, but it's really, really good with Scott, especially since we're playing an Avenger ally deck. So this can help us play all of our Avenger allies, as well as any copies of Army of Ants, which have the Tiny trait, and any copies of Giant Strength or Giant Stomp, which have the Giant trait. So just discounts a whole lot of stuff for us, so definitely upgrading the deck here by including that today. For setup, we've got the Stark Tower, and then Iron Man has the setup ability of searching up an Iron Man attachment and revealing it. I'm still pretty confident that Mark V helmet is the worst one to start with. This is one of those that we resolve using the Grim rule. It gives Iron Man Stalwart, and so that just stresses our survivability early on. We'd really wish to confuse Iron Man, and we don't have that much stunning in the deck, but the confusing especially helps save us on the main scheme. But not being able to do that, I think, hurts us more than any of the other attachments do. I'm not going to shuffle the encounter deck quite yet because I'm almost certainly defeating Stark Tower turn 1, so that'll be a look through the deck anyways, which requires a shuffle, so we'll just wait to do that. But let's look at the opening hand. Alright, honestly kind of like Under Surveillance right away. These two are obvious mulligans. The helmet is interesting because we've got the superpower training to get it out pretty efficiently, but it also could just be really good on turn 1. So yeah, interesting here. I would really like to play this Under Surveillance. If I spend 3 for Yellow Jacket, assume I draw something, then I've got 2 for Under Surveillance. That's all I can play. Or similarly, 3 for the helmet, flip to Tiny, draw off the helmet. I've got 2 for Under Surveillance. I'm sort of exposed to attacks. Yeah, the helmet is a little bit slow out the gate, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to mulligan the helmet. But no, I think I might keep build support. If I get like a double... No, I don't know. I'd need like a double and another, and a different ally maybe, to thwart it all the way down. Okay, I'm gonna do this mulligan 3. Oh, whole lot of doubles. Interesting. So, if I pay these 3 for Yellow Jacket, draw something. I can play Under Surveillance and build support. Yeah, that's just incredible. Really hope I do draw something with Yellow Jacket, but I think we've got a pretty good likelihood to hit. I can only play when I'm an Avenger though, so let's flip up to Tiny Form, remove 1 threat from Stark Tower, pay 3 for Yellow Jacket, and look at the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, a few options. Chance Encounter I could put on Stark Tower, and like I guess I could get like Blade if I'd rather play Blade than build support. That doesn't feel right. Gauntlets I could maybe play instead of build support, but as long as he's got the helmet, I don't think there's a rush to do that. Sonic Rifle might just be the least relevant card. You know what? I'm actually going to just pick a Chance Encounter. I think that's the least likely that I'll want to play later. Leave those other stuff in the deck because they're good possible plays on a later turn. And I've got 2 more Chance Encounters in there. So we'll pay 1 for build support. Pay 2 for Under Surveillance. Main scheme threshold is 11. Ant-Man will thwart Stark Tower for 2. We will search up the Arc Reactor, which I believe is the next worst. Just makes it hurt to actually take the helmet and any other potential upgrades off. And the others just don't really matter. The +1 attack doesn't really matter if we're blocking with allies. So now I'm shuffling the deck, of course. All right, Yellow Jacket, let's thwart for 2, build support, and end the turn. Just gonna say it out loud to try to help me remember. Every time that we reveal a treachery, we put 1 threat on the main scheme as a forced interrupt. Very easy to forget. Please keep me honest if I forget. So 1 threat there to start. Iron Man attacks. I almost have a mind to just take this attack. Just because this is on the small side for what Iron Man's attacks will be, especially if he gets some of the other techs. I'm just going to block. 2 plus a boost of 1 takes out Yellow Jacket. 2 encounter cards. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, not a treachery. Executive Order, holy cow. Place 2 threat on each scheme, so that'll be 3 on the main scheme. But then 2 more on build support, and Earth's Mightiest Heroes is going to have 6. Well, the good news is that Earth's Mightiest Heroes isn't a huge priority to clear. It just says each Avenger minion gains the printed keywords of each other Avenger minion, and it's got to amplify. So that first bit, you know, as long as we're not drawing 2 Avengers on the same turn, which is kind of rare to do, doesn't matter. Amplify could definitely matter though. All right, what do we want to do here though? Probably want to play Blade and activate him. That's the only way I could clear build support this turn. And gets me a blocker in case I stay in hero form. So let's pay Giant Stomp for Blade. Blade will thwart build support for 1. We will spend Pim Particles as a physical to not discard Blade. We spend that in Tiny Form, we draw a card. All right, absolutely incredible draw. Holy cow. All right. Ant-Man clears build support. Go get the Quinn Carrier. So all the flip down really gets me is the extra hand size. I've got a blocker, and it gives me, another small bit of value when I flip back to Tiny Form next turn. But I think that's just putting enough threat on the main scheme that it's just more efficient to block with an ally. Pay 3 for Wasp. Let's remove 2 threat from... Okay, let's do some main scheme math. Could go up to 5. If we get an advance, it'll go up to 8 plus a boost. Sorry, 9 plus a boost. Okay, so let's at least get 1 instance of 2 off the main scheme. So now it would be 3, 7 plus a boost. Well, actually 8 because of the forced interrupt. Okay, yeah, let's actually thwart the main scheme here again. And yeah, not flip down. And I could even just take an attack here as well. Don't need to block with Blade. All right, really nice looking hand. So much setup stuff though. All right, 1 threat on the main scheme, step 1. I think I am just going to take this attack. If I do end up flipping down, I don't leave any heal value on the table. This is Amplify boosted. But Blade's actually pretty nice with the EMH. Let's just take this one. 2, 3, plus the enemy leader attacks your leader. After this activation, do not give it a boost card for that attack. So this actually will not trigger because anything that refers to your leader just doesn't happen. The enemy leader is always refers to the villain, but there's no such rule that says your leader is treated as us. So a lot of cards will have an otherwise effect, but this doesn't. So actually just nothing extra will happen here. So we'll take the minimum of 3 damage, which I'm very happy about. 2 encounter cards. Mark 5 armor is totally fine. And then Life Model Decoy. That's going to prevent damage from an attack and gives Iron Man an additional instance of Stalwart, which is totally fine. So very, very lucky villain phase there. Lets me play all of these setup cards without having to clear much in the way of tempo. So let's play Skilled Investigator. And yep, no treacheries there once again. Quinn Carrier, Superpower Training. Wasp and Ant-Man thwart Superpower Training. For 4, clearing it, we'll get the helmet. Draw off Skilled Investigator. Ooh, what if we drew a double here? No, okay. So I could almost play Team Building Exercise. If I drew a double, I could play Team Building and Avengers Tower. But more than happy with just a Team Building and Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So pay 2 for Team Building Exercise, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, exhaust Blade to ready Ant-Man. And let's think here. I think we just thwart for 2 on Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And now flip down hits us with a scheme for 1,000,000. Could make a case for going to giant form. Actually, can make a very good case for going to giant form. I get 1 less card in hand, but I get a heal for 2 right now, and a draw when I flip back. So yeah, I think this is actually a flip to giant form. When we flip, we deal 1 to Iron Man. Tough has precedence over Forced Interrupts. The helmet heals us for 2, up to 11. End the turn. The story of the game so far is just incredibly mild villain phases. I guess Excessive Force was a bit nasty, but all it's done is made us leave Earth's Mightiest Heroes and play a little bit longer. Haven't been able to discard anything here yet. But those aren't the worst either, so. And now we're ridiculously set up, so everything's looking good. 1 threat on the main scheme. Iron Man attacks. I think someone will block this time. I'd like to keep Wasp around for when I draw Swarm Tactics. You know what? Let's do a block. Let's block with Blade. 2 plus a boost of 2. All right, nice block. I guess there was a chance actually if we drew. No, sorry. If we drew 0, I was going to say Blade wouldn't have actually died, but there's the Amplify. So we actually took 5 damage there. And then 2 encounter cards. Gang Up is going to be another attack. Now I think I just take it because I would like to keep Wasp around if I can. Don't think I saw the Swarm Tactics yet. So I'll just take this one. Oh, Treachery, so we got a threat on the main scheme. So attacking for 3 plus 2 is 5. Down to 6. Repulsor Blast is another Treachery. Discard 4 from the top of the deck. Oh, well, now we're losing the Swarm Tactics. Take 1 damage for each printed energy in Wild. So unlucky mill there, that's 3. We'll take 3 damage. But once again, nothing really on board to deal with, so. But I am at a low enough health total where I might now need to flip to Alter Ego. Both Supersonic Punches, both advances still in the deck. Oh, I guess that was okay. But that other Repulsor Blast could kill me as well. I think we have to flip down. Which probably means I can't get a draw out of Tiny Form either. Let's think if I can discard anything from Iron Man just to shrink the activation a little bit. So it's +1 scheme per tech, which is capped out at +3. So I would need to discard 2 for it to actually reduce. Okay, I think I don't try to do that then. Team building exercise. Paying 2, 3, 4. I think I'd rather have Army of Ants than Wrist Gauntlets right now. Might be a little short-sighted. I'm generally better at thwarting than damage. Yeah, spend those for speed. And now okay, I guess it doesn't matter at all actually. I was thinking maybe speed would clear this, but I think I just need to clear thwart the main scheme. Yep, it's gonna get a lot of threat, but at least it won't kill me. Like staying in hero form could. Alright, flip to Alter Ego. Scott's ability recovers 1. I'll recover for 3, up to 7. Speed will thwart, ready, thwart. Let's just get the main scheme down to 0. I'll keep Army of Ants in hand. One thing about it is that it's a physical to discard. Everything requires a physical to discard. And we're pretty low on physicals in the deck, as I've learned from previous games. So we'll keep the Army of Ants and end the turn. Oh, double resize. So we can really pop off here. 1 threat on the main scheme, step 1. Iron Man schemes for 4, 5, plus 0 is 5. There's very few things that feel better than pulling an advance as your scheme boost, because it is a 0 and it means you can't draw that advance. Okay, 2 encounter cards. Mighty Avengers is going to put 1 threat on the main scheme and Surge because we have no minions. Wasp. Oh, I think I am mildly sure that Wasp here gets discarded and we draw a new card because we already have a Wasp in play. I don't think the subtitle has anything to do with that. So yeah, I'm going to discard Wasp and draw a different card. Assault is going to put 1 threat on the main scheme and Surge. Exhaustion is going to put 1 threat on the main scheme and Surge. US Agent, when revealed, deal 1 damage to your identity. And Powered Gauntlets. Well, I didn't like how much free threat Iron Man got on his main scheme, but what can you do? Yeah, this turn's going to be crazy. So I think we start going to tiny form, because then we resize twice and end up back in tiny form is where we want to be. So let's flip up to tiny form. Helmet draws a card. We remove 1 threat from Earth's Mightiest Heroes. We'll resize up to giant form. Deal 1 damage to US agent, hitting the tough off. Heal 2. And draw a card from Resize. Oh my goodness. Face the Past could be quite good here. We still have Show of Empathy left in the deck, which we can use to take control of Yellow Jacket. I do only have 2 cards left in the deck, so I might want to spend some stuff first before drawing those cards. My ally slots could be full, so maybe it doesn't look that great to Show of Empathy. It's so much value though. Like, it's really ridiculous. Okay, I like the Show of Empathy, Face the Past plan. It just makes me have to give up an ally, probably speed. Well, I wouldn't have to give up an ally if I didn't also play an ally, but these are so good right now. So let's go team building exercise plus Wiccan for Iron Lad. Spend. Actually, Hive might not end up being a bad play. I'll keep everything else here. Let's go Face the Past. So reveal Yellow Jacket. Ready. Draw 3. We'll draw 2, get an encounter card, and 1 more on the way. Cannot attack the villain this phase. Which I might just say 3 more times out loud so that I don't invalidate this game that way. Okay, last card from playing Face the Past. Face the Past is removed from the game. Ant-Man Giant attacks US Agent for 3. Resize back to tiny form. Pop 1 threat off the main scheme. Draw from a helmet, draw from a resize. Okay, actually don't even have enough ways to spend all my resources that I've now drawn. But actually it's not that bad. So let's just do, nope, not yet. I was looking at having Iron Lad team up with Wasp to clear this, but now I think I just want Wasp to die to open up the ally slot, because then I get chance encounter, might honestly just get Wasp back again. Yeah, 100% just getting Wasp back. So we'll do a very mildly inefficient thwart here. Okay, put chance encounter on Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Wasp will thwart Earth's Mightiest Heroes for 2 and get taken out. Speed will thwart the remaining 1 off Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So that's taken out. Chance encounter will get Wasp back to hand. Skilled Investigator to draw. Okay, didn't draw any additional action. Show of Empathy. All these resources, I wish I could be using some of them to clear things off Iron Man, but it is what it is. Pay 1 plus a double for Wasp. Remove 2 threat from Show of Empathy. Put it onto Yellow Jacket. Speed will thwart for 2. How does the timing work? I think if speed... Oh, it really doesn't matter. So speed will thwart for 2 on Show of Empathy. That'll get put here. I don't know, there might be some bogusness. I'm just gonna... Because I think Yellow Jacket would come, and then I could just discard speed for being over my ally limit before he actually technically takes the consequential damage. But I'll just have him thwart the main scheme instead, because I've still got Wasp to thwart the last Show of Empathy with. So Wasp thwarts Show of Empathy for 2, puts it on Yellow Jacket. We'll finish Show of Empathy, take control of Yellow Jacket. And then dump out the hand here. Pay 1 for Army of Ants. Okay, do I want second Army of Ants or Wrist Gauntlet? I'm thinking a Wrist Gauntlet. I just put my Sonic Rifles back in the deck, so I think Army of Ants also removes an additional threat right now thanks to Hive Mind, but actually it's redundant, so no. Okay, we'll just go 1 for Wrist Gauntlets. All right, now we gotta decide what to do here. I kind of like stacking exhaustible resource generators. And then we'll pay 2 for Hive Mind, remove 2 threat from a scheme, plus 1 for each Army of Ants. So that'll be 3 threat off of here. Iron Lad will thwart the remaining 3, exhausting... Oh shoot, no, Yellow Jacket's not a Avenger. Okay, I'll still just regular thwart with both of them. So we'll fully clear the main scheme. Army of Ants is not an attack, so I can still do it to Iron Man, and it will not trigger Life Model Decoy, because that's only damage from an attack. We'll pop 1 damage on the armor and end the turn. Alright, what a fun turn that was. Possibly aired by not giving myself a blocker who's totally ready to block yet. So, 1 threat on the main scheme. Let's just peek at what we've got here again. because we've seen one assault, one gang up. Still 2 supersonic punch in the deck. Alright, yeah, okay. I might just... Well... Otherwise, I wasn't going to spend my resources otherwise if I didn't just play these. I might have to do some inefficient blocks here. Let's have Iron Lad block the first attack. 3 plus a boost of You Are Confused. Then 2 more encounter cards for a total of 3. Rocket Boots. He's got the full suit, which is kind of fun. Yellow Jacket. Alright, so I did think about this before. I think Yellow Jacket has a different name than this Yellow Jacket because we've got a space in the middle. So I don't think that there's any uniqueness conflict there. Yellow Jacket is tough. When revealed, give the enemy leader a tough status. Master Plan is a treachery, so we'll add 1. And then we'll discard until we get a side scheme. Dangerous Recruits. When a minion is defeated, give it to the enemy leader as a face-down boost. Okay. Well, I should end up actually with a pretty good flip down opportunity. Because I think I can start discarding some stuff here. Army of Ants. Oh, that's interesting. Well, now of course I really wish I had the other Army of Ants to hit the tough off here and the tough off here. No, I'm just overreacting as always. Because I've got the one when I resize to giant form. So Army of Ants to hit off Yellow Jacket's tough. Flip myself to giant form. No, sorry, resize to giant form. Deal 1 to Iron Man, hit the tough. Heal 2 from the helmet, up to 10. Draw from the resize. Ant-Man attacks Iron Man. It will get blocked. So I have my choice, the armor and life model decoy both interrupt when Iron Man would take any amount of damage. So I can choose which one to do. I will choose to discard the life model decoy. I will take 1 retaliate from the attack. I will spend the Quinn Carrier as a physical. And Avengers Tower as a mental to discard Mark V helmet. And unfortunately, because I don't have any other physicals, that's the only thing I can remove. Wasp. Oh, I forgot about Dangerous Recruits here. Okay, I guess Iron Man might get a tough back. I really don't care about that at all. Also, Yellow Jacket's only got 1 attack. Maybe I don't go to Alter Ego form. There is 1 more life model decoy in the deck, so if I confuse Iron Man without flipping to Alter Ego, there's a chance it could get wasted. Could also just giant stomp the heck out of this Yellow Jacket. would be such overkill. Sonic Rifle feels right. So we'll go team building exercise. Well, okay, now I gotta think. Am I gonna get a draw off of Skilled Investigator? Or if I am staying in tiny, if I do resize back down to tiny form, I get to draw from that as well. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going back to tiny form. So regular flip for turn, back to tiny form. I'm still at 9. Yeah, this is totally fine. Remove 1 from the main scheme. Draw from the helmet. Ha! That is amusing. Okay. Okay then. So Yellow Jacket and Wasp are going to thwart for 4 on Dangerous Recruits. Skilled Investigator to draw. Manifold has nothing to get anymore. I screwed up by... Nope, we're totally fine. False alarm once again. Yeah, I can't use Swarm Tactics to discard anything else because we still need a physical. So let's pay 1 for Swarm Tactics. Change to You're the Hero form. Ready your hero. Change to Giant. Heal 2 from the helmet. Ping Yellow Jacket for 1. Attack Yellow Jacket for 3 more. Pay 1. Nope, sorry. I do still need the resource. Team building exercise for Giant Strength. Let's put it under the dial. It never has to exhaust. And then 3 for Sonic Rifle. I think I will just confuse him now. It's not that bad if he loses it to Life Model Decoy. And it's really good if it stops in advance. So I'm good with that. We'll end the turn. So just like the last game, kind of a long time before we can really do any sort of meaningful damage, but we're very well set up. All right, pretty sure I added the 1 when I did Master Plan. Just very paranoid about missing. Pretty sure I did it for all the Surge stuff because I was kind of joking to myself. 1 threat on the main scheme Surge, 1 threat on the main scheme Surge. I don't think I've missed any on the main scheme yet. 4 card hand size. And I got an Army of Ants as a possible physical resource. 1 threat on the main scheme in step 1. Iron Man attacks. He's got double attack buffs now. I just played my Swarm Tactics. Let's block with Wasp. Attack comes in 4 plus a boost of 2. Two encounter cards. Assault's going to be another attack. If I don't sustain some damage, or sorry, 1 threat on the main scheme. If I sustain some damage, then I continue to get value out of the helmet. Kind of hurts, but I'm going to take it. I think I have the luxury to take it. I'm flipping. Well, I'm going to take some retaliate damage as well. All right, I'm going to block with Yellow Jacket. This might be overly conservative, but this might be the biggest attack, like, for the rest of the game legitimately, so block with Yellow Jacket. 4 plus a boost of 0, and advance is gone. Okay, yep. Did I only have... Okay, I only had the normal 2 encounter cards this turn, right? Yep, okay. So card number 2, the 50 state initiative. When defeated, we reshuffle every Avenger minion back. It does have a crisis, but we're pretty good on the main scheme right now, and we'll be flipping to alter ego form here, I think. So a chance to bring a whole lot of pain. Let us team building exercise. +1 for Wiccan. Sorry, my +1, let's make that the Sonic Rifle. Ant-Man attacks Iron Man for 3 on the armor. Retaliate 1. Spend Quinn Carrier as a mental. Army of Ants as a physical. Discard Arc Reactor. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Exhaust Wiccan. Ready Ant-Man. Attack again. Knock off the Mark V armor. Flip to alter ego form. It's crazy how we have kept that confused for so long. Don't think I've thwarted with Ant-Man at all. Been doing a lot of attacking. When we flip, we heal 1. And that'll end the turn. One threat on the main scheme up to 4. Iron Man confused. 2 encounter cards. Mighty Avengers, 1 threat on the main scheme. And Surge. Drafted. When revealed. In competitive mode, something something, but otherwise discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. We might miss. Do we have anyone left? Holy cow. Now that is some luck. That is some luck indeed. Discard cards from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. Reveal that minion and attach drafted to it. Yeah, it's just do as much as you can. We ran out, so nothing happens. Wow, extremely lucky. Supersonic Punch. Oh, less lucky. So that'll put 1 on automatically, up to 6. Iron Man is scheming for 3 plus a boost. So we'll pop it with 2 or more icons. But it's not like it's game over at this point. We're very, very healthy now, so if I can't block with allies anymore, it's not a huge deal. All right, schemes for 3 plus plus a boost ability of place 1 threat on the main scheme. But by my count, that puts 4 on the main scheme up to 10, which is not advanced. Makes me nervous that I forgot one that should be on there somewhere, but pretty sure I've been tracking it well. Supersonic Punch also confuses us since Iron Man has a tech attachment, but that obviously doesn't matter since we are already confused. Okay. So thwarting is on the menu right now. Oh, and okay, so I might want to spend some stuff before flipping since that's going to be my last card. Don't really have that much to spend, I guess. Let's pay Giant Stomp for Blade. You know what? I don't even need to do that because I'm going to get Chance Encounter here. I could play any ally I want. I don't desperately need Giant Stomp to get back in the deck. All right, let's just flip to Tiny Form. Remove one threat from the 50 state initiative, draw from the helmet, go through the deck, get an encounter card. Pin Particles as wild to discard everything? Oh yeah. But I do need to actually thwart. So let's see. Okay, maybe I just play Yellow Jacket, see what happens. So let's do team building exercise. Plus these two. For Yellow Jacket, look at 5, which is a bit risky because we are lower on upgrades now that we've got some upgrades out, but we did luckily hit another Chance Encounter. Since I'm shuffling here, no, never mind. I guess there's maybe a Sonic Rifle in there I could have gotten too. Also, the deck is just so small. I mean, this is like 17 cards. So even though there's only a couple in there, like pretty good chance that I would hit one of them. Chance Encounter on the 50 state initiative. Wiccan thwarts the 50 state initiative for 1, discarding no boost icons off the top. Yellow Jacket thwarts the remaining 2. Chance Encounter, let's just get Wasp. Just kind of consistently the best one to get. Kind of does, I mean, it's just as much value as speed, but 1 resource cheaper, turns on Swarm Tactics. I think kind of a no-brainer, I think. So that was, yeah, thwarted the remaining 2 with Yellow Jacket. Shuffle each Avenger minion in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So we actually do have 2 there, Wasp and Hellcat. Very pleased with Yellow Jacket so far this game. Assuming you draw that card, he's basically a strict upgrade from Quake, because he can thwart for 2. Draw off of Skilled Investigator. Attack Iron Man for 1 first real point of damage here. Quinn Carrier as a physical. Pym Particles as an energy to discard one of these. I think I get to see what I draw with Pym Particles before leaving the window to discard the other one. Yeah, because this creates a response to spending, which is during that whole thing. Yeah, so I'm going to draw off that Pym Particles. I'm still in my response window here. So I will spend speed. No, that's a lie. I will spend Iron Man as an energy, or Iron Lad as an energy, Pym Particles as a physical, draw off the Pym Particles, discard the Powered Gauntlets. And yeah, this is just going very well now. I think I'm going to save the resize to next turn. I don't get huge value for it right now. And then I have the smaller hand size. And I still think it's right just to play Wasp instead of Speed. Yeah, I'll just keep the resize, but we'll spend 3 for Wasp, remove 2 threat from the main scheme, thwart it for another 2, Army Advance for 1 damage, and okay, yeah, we reshuffled both advances in there, so 100% pop the Sonic Rifle. End the turn. Two threat on the main scheme now with the acceleration. Iron Man attacks. Kind of got some damage to spare since I'll be resizing this turn. I'll just take this one. 2 plus a boost of You Are Stunned. Perfect. 3 encounter cards. Mark 5 helmets, all right. Removes the confusion. Yellow Jacket. Once again, we have competing unique names, so we'll discard that. Draw a replacement. We'll discard Wasp. Draw a replacement. I don't think we do the when revealed even. I think it's just... actually, that is an interesting question. Well, in that case, I already missed it before, so if that would invalidate the game, you aren't seeing this anyways, so try again. Mark 5 armor. Mighty Avengers, 1 threat on the main scheme. Surge into Repulsor Blast, 1 threat on the main scheme, up to 10 again. Discard 4 cards. No energies or wilds, so we'll take no damage. All right, a nice window to actually just push damage here, I think. Though I am stunned. Army Advance, 1 into the armor. Resize to Giant Form. 1 into the armor. Heal 2. Technically +1 attack from Giant Strength. Attack to remove my stun. Wiccan thwarts for 1. discards 2 boost icons, 2 damage to Iron Man. Okay, Yellow Jacket. It's not gonna. Wasp will attack for 2, clearing this armor. Normal flip for turn down to tiny form. 1 threat off the main scheme. Draw from the helmet. Yellow Jacket will thwart for 2. Team building exercise plus Quinn Carrier plus 1 for Manifold, nothing to search. 3 for Sonic Rifle. Manifold thwarts for 2. And the turn. All right, I'm actually at my 10% phone battery, so let's just draw my hand first here. Let's just do this villain phase. End the turn. Draw through the deck again. We just draw through so fast now with all of our stuff out. Actually, I can probably just keep the video running and grab my extension cord. So you might have like 30 seconds of dead air, but that'll be easier. Yeah, sorry. I'm just going to do that now. So 30 seconds of dead air. I apologize. Okie dokie. Basically, my regular charger doesn't reach to the outlet that's near my table. I need to get my extension cord, but all right. So we just drew up the hand. Here comes the villain phase. 2 threat on the main scheme, step 1. Iron Man attacks. Got hit points to spare again, but I've also got allies to spare. Let's block with Wiccan. 2 plus 1. Just in case we do advance, it's nice to use up these blocks while we can still do that with no additional repercussions. Up to 3 encounter cards. Mighty Avengers, 1 threat. Surge. Advance, 1 threat. And schemes for 1, 2, plus a boost of 2. So that's got to pop it now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus a scheme for 4. Yep, finally pops it. But I'm not terribly concerned. Wish I was closer to cycling through the deck again so that I could get this under surveillance sooner. All right, Supersonic Punch is going to be an attack. And I'm just going to take this one now because ally blocks, or when allies block, they get tucked under here. So taking it for 2 plus a boost of 3, ouch, down to 6. Shadow of the Past will get our side scheme, shuffle in everybody else, but then this is going to surge. Surges into U.S. Agent. When revealed, deal 1 damage to your identity. Okay. Let's have Manifold clear Tech Theft. Skilled Investigator to draw. So how many advances have I seen? 1 Supersonic Punch, 1 advance, 2 Supersonic Punches. So there is 1 advance left, but we'll be flipping down with a Confusion and possibly removing this if I want. How am I clearing the US agent? I don't know if I can clear the US agent without flipping to giant form or using up Wasp. But also I could just let him add 1 threat to the main scheme. Army of Ants hit off his tough. Team building exercise. Army of Ants number 2. Hit US agent for 1 more. Oh yeah, what am I talking? I'm definitely attacking this thing off of him. Attack Iron Man for 1. Spend physical, mental, discard the helmet. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Exhaust Wasp, Ready Ant-Man. Pay 3 more for the Sonic Rifle. Oh, I'm actually out of my confused chips. Send 1 at Iron Man. Flip to Alter Ego. Heal 1 from the ability. Recover for 3. Up to 9. And end the turn. Two threat, step 1. Iron Man confused. U.S. agent schemes for 1. So yeah, 1 advance won't even pop it. Care for Cassie. Check our Mentos in hand. Or wait, sorry. I'm thinking of... Who was I just playing? Oh no, sorry, okay. I was just playing a Wasp game. I'm confusing her thing. This is choose and discard 1 card from hand, and you can't change form until your next turn ends. So yeah, that's not an option. Exhaust to remove this from the game. Excessive Force. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each minion in play. Wow, so I even got rewarded for leaving the U.S. agent in play, because otherwise that would have surged. So holy cow, that is tremendous. All right, can I advance? I'd really like to advance Iron Man here if I can, and I might be able to. Let's flip for turn to Giant form. Deal 1 damage to U.S. agent. Heal 2 from the helmet. We have +1 attack from Giant Strength, if somehow I end up readying. Team building exercise plus Quinn Carrier plus +1 more for Giant Stomp. Deal 1 damage to each minion, deal 8 damage to an enemy. So 1 damage to U.S. agent will finish him off. 8 damage to Iron Man brings him from 13 down to 5. We will resize. Down to tiny form. 1 threat off the main scheme. Draw from the helmet, draw from the resize. Oh, Yellow Jacket to rip under surveillance. No, that's still in the discard. Is there anything nice left to get? I guess we've got 2 chance encounters, but that doesn't do anything. Well, I still play it. I don't have anything else to play. Pay 3, including a Pim Particles for Yellow Jacket. I think we spend the Pim Particles first, so we draw first, then look at 5. Hit a chance encounter. So there's still 1 advance in the deck. How many Stalwart cards does he have left? Still got both life model decoys, because I could pop both Sonic Rifles to confuse through the steady on the next stage. Because I think it's really important to just advance right now. We'll spend 1 on Army Advance. Army Advance for 3 damage. Because, like, yeah, I think I just want Yellow Jacket to attack. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna double confuse. Well, I guess I'll wait 1 split second. Yellow Jacket attacks for 2. advances this stage. We get dealt an encounter card, can't take damage the rest of the phase. Comes in on 20. Because now, yeah, I'll still, okay. Sonic Rifle for double confusion. Oh, here's my other one. Keep Swarm Tactics in hand, just because it's really powerful. Which I guess that's assuming I keep Wasp alive. Yeah, with the, I could get really cooked by Life Model Decoy before Advance on the same turn. Advance doesn't even necessarily end the game though, so I think this is what I want to do. And end the turn. At least I'm not going through my deck as well this turn. Unless I get Repulsor blasted. 2 threat on the main scheme up to 5. Iron Man attacks. And yeah, I just take it. So 3 plus a boost of 2 is 5. Down to 6. 2 more encounter cards for a total of 3. Size increase, okay. So next 3 activations get buffed by 2. So really want to end the game fast. Arc Reactor gives him Retaliate. Executive Order, place 2 threat on each scheme. If Maria Hill is in play, this gains Surge. Alright, so that'll put the main scheme up to 7 out of 9. So a little bit close, but yeah, we were safe from actually losing there unless we hit the Stalwart into an advance. Okay. So, pretty easy. Army of Ants here for 3 damage, none of which retaliates. I could possibly do this turn in a way where I end up flipping to Alter Ego form. Make sure the Fusion goes to use. A single advance, assuming I thwart the main scheme down enough, isn't terrible. I think we just start with the resize. Flip to Giant. Heal 2. Draw 1 damage. I've just had this confusion the whole game. +1 because of Giant Strength. So just a little, how about just a little damage check here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes. This was a resize. Yeah. All right, sweet. Don't even need to discard the Retaliate. So attack for 4. Take a Retaliate. Pay 1 to Swarm Tactics. Flipping to Tiny and readying 1 threat off a scheme. Draw from Helmet. Regular flip for turn. Back to Giant. Giant Strength buffs it again. 1 damage on the trigger. Attack for 5. Down to 6. Take Retaliate. Activate the Sonic Rifle. Confuse an enemy or deal 3 damage to that enemy instead if it is already confused. So that'll hit for 3. And and then Wasp and Yellow Jacket will combine for 4. Okay. Couple little situations at the end where maybe it could have gotten out of hand, but really, really comfortable throughout. Some pretty tame villain phases in the early stages, helping me get set up really powerfully. Even when we went to main scheme 2, I was at a really good health total, so I wasn't dependent on blocking with allies at that point. I think we dodged... well, we got hit with exhaustion once. I don't think we got hit with under fire all game. So yeah, just really nice starts, stabilized. It always takes a while to beat Iron Man because we got to discard the tech attachments, and a lot of effects prevent damage, so it takes a while to close it out, but I think we got there. Of course, assuming that I played those same named minions right and was not supposed to do their when revealed, but you're probably not seeing this if I found that I did that wrong. Please let me know if you caught any other rules errors. Otherwise, I think this remedies my critical rules error from the last video, giving me an official win for my challenge. All right, so that is the last scenario I had yet to beat in the Civil War expansion. I've got a couple to redo now from Next Evolution, which is what I think you'll see next. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.